What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network, man. I'm here to bring y'all something special. You feel me? Real family in the building.
Man, you already know.
And this one right here is a little bit, this one is near and dear to my heart, man. Me and Spoety Face had a cool working relationship for some time now before you went and did your second little vacation and all that. But even deeper than that, on a community level, and I don't mean this in a gang aspect, this really is family. You know what I'm saying? Ties to mutual people, ties to mutual parties, bound across one way or another, but out of real blood and family love connections, man, here we are. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for being over here with us, bro, my nigga. Thank you.
I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you. Let us know about you, man. Who are you? Where you from?
Oh, man. Everybody know me, my Spoety Face or Turtle, of course. You know, I'm out the Lamar Park area.
Okay.
Vernon Avenue.
So we gonna get into what kind of got you to your current moment of virality, as we would say. But it's a lot of things about you that I know about you, that the community know about you, whether it be things that are on a community activist side or on a more political side, as far as, let's call it, fraternities are involved. You feel me? But we get this side of you that's, I'm gonna talk to you like your real homie. That's real militant. You know what I'm saying? That's real, you know, I'm here for business, I'm here for all that. And that's cool. We love and we respect that. But I know it's another side of you. So that's the side that we're here to kind of spread more light on and touch on this afternoon while we, you know what I'm saying, knocking out this 1-2 steps. So we'll just start from the beginning. Your formative years, let's start between birth and 5 years old. What was it like?
I could say I started off, to be honest, I started off rough in life. I was with my mom till I was maybe probably 18 months, somewhere like 18 months, 20 months, something like that. And then I ended up getting taken away from me and my other siblings. So that kind of started off, you know, my journey right there. My grandma, fortunate enough, she was fortunate enough to get us out of foster care or whatever like that. So for maybe like 20 months on, I live with my grandma.
Okay. And when you were living with your grandma, what part of LA is that?
South Central LA, the West Side. I grew up right there on 52nd and St. Andrews. I grew up on St. Andrews my whole life. Okay. Right there.
So you going into all this, you hit about kindergarten, first grade. Do you have a relationship with your mother then, or is it still just you and your grandmother and your siblings?
I always had a relationship with my mom because, like I said, my grandma, which is my dad's mother, she never tried to get any in between that or anything like that, or come between me and my mom. It was just unfortunately that my mom at the time, she had got caught up on drugs and stuff like that. So it was more of her getting right and getting herself together, right? You know, to come be with us and do what she had to do as a mother and as a woman to come back and be in our life and you know, give her enough motivation to try to come get us back.
Right. So when you're going into these situations to where now you, even at 5 years old, you know, you have other siblings. Are you an oldest child, middle child, youngest child?
Out of my mom's, I'm the third oldest, so I got two sisters that's above me. My mom has 8 children, and you can say I'm like the semi in the middle. She got 8. I'm the third oldest. So,
so with you being the oldest boy for sure in that situation, did you feel like at a young age now you're stepping into more of the man of the house role, the protector role? I got to be the one to maybe not even necessarily provide, but at that age for sure protect and make sure things go a certain type of way.
Yeah, because I grew up in a home full of women. So at the time, my little brother, he wasn't born yet. So it was just me, my siblings, my 2 sisters, and my cousin. So I grew up in a house full of women. But I had like my uncles, who was Black Panthers, like around, and that's who raised me. As far as those was the male figures that was in my life. You know, my pops was in and out of jail and stuff like that. But fortunate enough, like I said, I live with his mom, so anytime he go visit moms, like he has to see us, right. You know. So, but yeah, my uncles kind of took the initiative and gave me that guidance and the tools and the things that I needed in life.
So what you have in the Black Panthers in your household as your family structure, your uncle structure, essentially the male figures in your life.
Correct.
Leading to present day, is that kind of where the more militant, the more discipline, the more structure comes from? Because that is pretty much the basis of the Black Panthers, is formulated on discipline and self-respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Even to my like I said, like all my uncles, well, the majority of my uncles and my dad and my grandma, the woman who raised me, she was a Black Panther as well. So absolutely, I grew up militant. I grew up in a structured and disciplined household. You know, and when I was growing up, I had to say, you know, yes ma'am, no sir, and things like that. You know, I wasn't even allowed to listen to rap music. You know, I had to sneak and listen to rap music. Once I started being a teenager, then she started letting me, you know, really, you know, listen to my own music. Once I had bought myself a, you know, a little tape, little headset or whatever the case was. But yeah, absolutely, that molded me in. It's still in me to this day. So yeah.
So, all right, we're going to take it back to that. But moving, you know, back to the formative years. So now you're 5 years old, you're in first grade. Let's take it from 5 to 10 years old. Mm-hmm. What was that like for you going through elementary school?
Oh, I had a ball. Like me growing up, I had a lot of siblings and I had a lot of cousins. And since I lived with my grandma, she had all the grandkids over there.
Right.
So, you know, I went to school with a lot of my siblings. And the cousins, we was deep at school, so you know.
What school did you go to?
I went Western Avenue Elementary.
Okay.
So I went to Western Avenue Elementary, and I went there K through 5.
Okay.
And yeah, growing up, I all the way up into 5th grade. Yeah, I couldn't complain about anything. You know, like I said, I was just enjoying life. You know, going to school, playing games, playing sports, and probably stealing bikes or something at the time, you know. From 5 to 10, that's basically what I did. I just started getting into sports, being more interested in sports and like riding bikes and things like that.
Yeah. So you into sports, you into riding bikes. You still able to live a life certainly as a child. You still have your, so to speak, I don't want to say the innocence because we already seen that you was met with heavy opposition starting in. You feel me? Correct. I don't want to say that. I'm gonna call a spade because, you know what I'm saying, niggas got a personal relationship. You was never really given a fair chance to start with.
No, absolutely not. But to be honest, I say no because most people had one parent in the house, at least one parent. For the most part of my life, I grew up without my mom and my dad. But my grandma, she was everything, bro. She was my mom and she was my dad.
Grandmas are important in every black family, especially growing up in LA. We know that most of us look at that picture right there. So that's grandma's the anchor of the family.
And it's not enough traditional grandmas anymore. That's another topic for another day. But it ain't enough traditional grandmas.
It's too many real hip hop wives.
Yeah. So like I said, my grandma. When she was raising me, she was the head of the family. Absolute, when there was no question.
Period.
She was
the matriarch.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that's where the family meals went on at. That's where all the kids was at. You know, like I said, I had some of my best years in my life in that house. But yeah, going back to it, like I said, so from 5 to 10, I had a normal kid life. You know, and it was around at that age, like at 10 years old. You know, I was just interested. You know, it's like I was always outside. You know, I was good in sports. I used to be on the swimming, the dive team for the LA Coliseum. Like I said, I was playing football and basketball, but I was outside.
That's old school, the dive team for the Coliseum.
Yeah. So I was on there. We got a couple championships up there.
Olympic pools.
Yeah, absolutely. And so at that age, 10, you know, I was interested in different things, you know, but I was living the life of a kid, but it was certain things outside that I was interested in. You know what I'm saying? It was very intriguing to me as well.
So as you're growing up between elementary school, are you seeing gangs? Are they in the household? Are you seeing them in the community? Are you already introduced with this and just ignoring it because you're still doing kid stuff? Or at 10 years old, was it just like, boom, first introduction to this whole lifestyle of jumping off the porch?
Nah, it had always been around me. It already, like I said, it had always been around me, like for my cousins, you know what I'm saying, my uncles, my dad, or whatever the case was, but it was just outside of my house. It was never no gang banging inside my house, or my grandma didn't play that at all, but outside my doorstep.
You knew what it was.
Yeah,
right?
it was right when I went outside.
Right. So 10 years old, 5th grade going into 6th grade, what was that experience like that kind of shifted you from, I'm going to continue to stay on a route of, you know, doing kid stuff versus I'm going to go into a more adult direction of being in the streets?
I started getting packed out from and fighting kids for who I was hanging with on my block.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so and back in the days they used to have little cliques and stuff like that, or we used to just be on our blocks and things like that. So once certain kids started disliking me because of the people I was hanging with, I'm like, oh, this is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We fighting and we getting packed out and stuff like that. But,
walking home from school, just doing regular stuff.
Yeah, correct. And like I said, there's a lot of people in the neighborhood like I don't want to say necessarily look up to, but I fake like idolize them because of what the things that they had. Like I stayed telling the story, like, I come from nothing. Like, I wasn't poor, but I was rich at the same time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly what you're saying.
My grandma was old fashioned. Was in the house. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. She was old fashioned. She was traditional. So she didn't really care about the clothes and the shoes and things. And I think that, to some degree, that made me at the time, I'm a kid, like I wanted it even more. So when I'm seeing a gang of money or people having clothes and cars and jewelry and women and things like that, I was interested. I was very materialistic. Well, I won't say materialistic. I wanted it.
Right.
I wanted it. I can't be materialistic because I never had it, but I definitely wanted it, to find the things in life just because I felt like I grew up and I didn't have it.
But then here's the thing too, growing up on the west side, I always say this, the first place I ever seen a $100,000 car was on Slauson waiting on the 108. You would see a Rolls Royce, you would see a Bentley, you would see a McLaren or whatever, it's a lot of money within that community. Go into the Lamar Park area, down into the 30s, it's a lot of money in our community. So I could definitely see, not even looking at the gang members, just your peers at school. You got the spoiled kids who coming out of Windsor Hills, they got every pair of Jordans, you know what I'm saying? You got the kids coming out the real top of Baldwin Hills. They mamas and daddies is pulling up in the big Infinities at that time, as us being in the 90s and 2000s and all that. So I could definitely understand. I could definitely, relate to seeing people having things and being like, yeah, that's what life is like. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. But so it was that attracted me, like I said, like per se, like to the streets a little bit more. So once it was then, it started off me starting to hustle. I'm 10 years old. With 9 and 10, I'm selling candy.
I was going to say you had the sour belts?
Yeah, man, I had everything. Man, I used to make my own type of stuff. I had the little blow pops, the little...
Was you the kid who used to take the blow pops and put the airheads around them and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, you got
all that. So, my grandma, she never really she gave us money and stuff like that, but she, like I said, she wouldn't spend hundreds of dollars on shoes and stuff like that. So what she used to do is, you remember the food stamps with the paper?
Tear-offs, yeah, and they give you change.
Yeah. So it was like she used to take me to Smart and Final. I was like, well, don't even worry about giving me no money. Just buy me, you know what I'm saying? Just buy me some food, the candy. And I'm a hustle and I got it. And then that's when I first started to hustle. Like once I started seeing it in the turnover ratio, I'm like, all right. And then like I said, like I got all the stuff. I used to spend it spending on stuff. She like, well, you expected me to buy it every time? That's what she telling me, hustle 101. Like, hold on, basically, like,
you gotta get your real.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She taught me that, and from that moment on, I was like, oh yeah, I could get this, I could get that. And then, like I said, I always been a hustler, but I was definitely attracted to the streets by the members outside, though, man. And it was over from there. I started hanging out, bro. So
how does selling candy transfer to now you hanging out with the members of the community?
To be honest with you, I was always hanging out with my big cousin. Okay. My big cousin. And, one of them was a Damu, but all the rest of them, they was Keyways. So I always wanted that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I'm hanging out and they allowing me to hang out now, they gotta come get my sisters. Gotta come get me down the street. Like, man, grandma said, man, the light on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put it, the street light thing.
Matter of fact, hold on. Speaking of cousins, let me send that nigga the link right now.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm telling him, like, my sisters had to come get me. Like, man, the streets lights on. So I'm hanging out more and more and more. And then once you start hanging out, the older homies like, oh shit, y'all hanging out?
Oh, you outside?
Man, hold this.
Do this.
Go
get that.
Come on, you know what I'm saying?
And it start with simple stuff like, hey, go to the store and give me some chips.
Yeah.
It's little
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
See, he'll let you get some blunts. Just go get you. And shout out to
back,
all the shady
you know
stores
what's
that let
crazy
you get
because
the blunts.
it's crazy because back then, man, listen, you used to be able to go get a pack of cigarettes with a note.
With a note, nigga.
Yeah.
With a note, for sure. They probably not gonna give you that bottle. They'll probably give you some beer with a note. You for sure gonna get the cigarettes or
You
any
gonna
kind
get
of
that
blunts.
cigarettes for sure.
Or they had like Optimos and all that type of shit.
Yeah,
Them
yeah.
big chunky ass blunts and shit. But all right, let's take it. Now you got junior high school. You starting to hang out more. You getting introduced to having a little bit of change in your pocket. What junior high school do you go to?
I went to a couple of them, but 6th grade, I was already full fledged. I was already, so I don't want to skip that. I was full fledged already. I started.
So 5th grade going into 6th grade is where the transition turns. Okay.
Yeah, like right before 6th grade. Right before 6th grade, I was already like a couple of me and my homies, like we was so young, they just made us fight each. You know what I'm saying? They made us fight each other. But I was already full fledged. Like, so by the time I went to Horseman, that was my first school. That was my home school. I went to Horseman Middle School. I was already full fledged. So once I got to I was about to say junior hall. Once I got to junior high school, it was already on because people was up there was, you know what I'm saying, they was gang banging already. So, you know, I'll start fighting up there, and that's where it all started. My career started at Horseman Middle School.
How do you end up at Horseman and not Audubon?
You know, it's crazy because I really grew up. I don't know. That was just for some reason on that back end. Horseman is our.
That's the school. Okay,
Horseman,
that makes sense. Yeah,
Horseman. And
it's like the edge of the
right.
the
It is.
district.
My homie stayed 2 blocks down from me.
And he go to Audubon.
On 40. That was his home school. Was Audubon.
Okay, yeah. So okay, but so you in there with Horseman? Are you already put on? Or are you just?
I'm full fledged. I'm full fledged at that point.
So where does the put on come in? What age is that?
I was 10.
10 years old. And that's when y'all had to do y'all with each other? Okay.
Yeah. I was already full fledged. Yeah. So by the time
So at that point, y'all just going through the steps because they already can see that this is what these niggas is finna be on regardless. But let's just go through the necessary requirements.
Yeah. That's a fact. That side of the rolling 40s over there, like we started that. Like even to my older homies, a lot of them was older than me. At the time I was like maybe 10, 11. They was like 17, 18. But I started off with a lot of them.
Right.
Like that side of the hood, like I mean, as far as that streets, a lot of that, like that wasn't even our hood at first.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was VNGs, but we like took that over right there. You know what I'm saying? That little spot at the time, that wasn't even the rolling 40s, but the homies, like the people that I started off with, they got that cracking over here, that side of the hood.
Because
So
without saying no names, it's certain members who would say like, "Oh yeah, we grew up with them. They were supposed to be wooty.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And then y'all got somewhere y'all look like, bro, you was supposed to be blah blah blah. It go both ways.
Yeah. That's a fact. You know, it's crazy because like a lot of like that side, like because I grew up like in the borderline between the rolling 40s and the VNGs. So a lot of our friends was VNGs. Like we lived on the same block or
next door neighbors and all that.
You know
Across the street, play basketball.
Yeah.
We all played once upon a time at Van Ness Park. At least once.
I used to go to swim. I used to go swimming out there all the time. You know, it's crazy because he had joined. I'm gonna just say his name. A lot of people don't like him, but that's my boy though, man. Shout out to Chili Bang for VN. Like
that's right.
Yeah, I grew up with him. I grew up with him.
But you know what? That's solid though. That's solid though.
Yeah,
that's a real. Just because two people are from opposite sides, there can be respect amongst quote unquote enemies, and I use that word extremely loosely. You feel me?
Yeah. I grew up with him, and to this day, you know, we shout out to him for never switching up. Though we had our little run in or whatever case is, you know. Once we was both full of feds or whatever, but we kept it cold steady, and that's my boy to this day.
Y'all still handle things on a gentleman level.
Yeah, absolutely. I seen him. He embraced me and all that. That's my boy though, man. Shout out to him, man.
Man, so let me ask you this question: you go through junior high school. Do you complete junior high school? You graduate from Horseman?
No, I didn't. I was fighting. You know, I was fighting. Like I said, I got into a couple fights up there with some A-Tray gangsters up there. Like I said, I used to go to Horseman when Young Ant, his brother, Tiny Ant.
Okay.
So I was going up there around that area.
Shout out to Ant.
Yeah. Shout out to Young Ant. But I used to go up there with his brothers and stuff. So like I said, it was cliques and different hoods up there and stuff like that. Rolling 60s, A-Tray gangsters.
Y'all niggas turned school into a prison yard.
Yeah, for
Low key,
sure.
everybody just
sure.
naturally went
for
to
sure.
where they went.
I don't know. It's crazy because back then people was gang banging. That was like full fledged. And
what year is this?
Just like what 96? No, it's like 97.
Okay.
97, 99. Yeah, that's 97.
Okay.
97. Shout out to my boy, man, Tony J Stone from 60s too, because I
Shout
went
out
to
to J
Horse.
Stone.
Yeah, I went to Horseman Middle School. Him and his brother too. No, Infant J Stone, and I went up there as well with him with Tiny, his brother. That's resting in peace. Yeah, I went up there with them as well though. But like I said, so the course of that, I was getting into fights and stuff, so I ended up getting kicked out of Horseman.
Okay, so where do you go after that?
Shit, I went to Fauché.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. So I went to Fauché
they sending you everywhere but Audubon.
Yeah. At the time, this. So I went to Fauché in the middle of the Rolling 40 in the Harlem 30s beef.
Right.
So if you know, that's predominantly for sure all of like the Rolling 30s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had a couple of like brims in there here and there, you know what I'm saying, Fruitown or whatever the case is, but that was really Harlem school. So you just imagine me up there.
Yeah, that's what I said. Shit. Like,
yeah.
Especially during that period of LA history.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how long do you stay at Fauché?
I was in Fauché like a month and a half. Got kicked out of Fauché.
And then where you go?
I went to Bethune after that. I went to Bethune.
Okay.
No, I'm lying. I went to John Muir. After Fauché, I went to John Muir. So I went to like six or seven different.
You did a middle school tour.
I did, bro. Until they tried to put me in continuation. But when they put me in continuation, shortly after I went to continuation, so that's when my jail career started. But I went to Horseman, Fauché, John Muir, Carver, and Bethune.
Okay. Shit.
All them. Yeah.
Goodness, damn.
All them junior high schools. I got kicked out of every one of them from fighting.
So, all right, so you go to your last junior high school. Where do you transition from suspension and getting kicked out of school to where now you're graduating and did you go to the halls? You went to camp? Where do you go?
Yeah, I went to juvenile hall.
Okay.
But in
you mind which one?
Lost Juvenile. That was my first juvenile hall. And my first time going, I was maybe like 12. Like 12. I got caught, me and some of my homies, we got caught like robbing somebody or something like that. That was the first time. And they let me out in like 3 or 4 days with probation or whatever.
Was it like armed robbery or just...
No armed robbery. Strong armed robbery.
Snatch around type shit?
Nah, just going to somebody's pockets and they told us we ain't running and nothing like that.
Who was y'all at school?
Nah, we was on the block.
And just caught a nigga down.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like...
Yeah, so after that...
obviously somebody who knew y'all.
Now this is in the neighborhood. They gave us like some kids, some kids had robbed us or whatever. So they look going around and we just ain't knowing, that's sophisticated as a kid, you know what I mean? And they just end up getting this, took me to juvenile hall. I stayed in there for maybe like no more than like a week, 3-4 days. My granny came and got me. And then, they gave me probation.
And then how old are you there?
I'm like 11 or 12.
Okay,
I believe
so
I
that's
was like
7th,
11.
8th grade.
No, I'm like 12. I was 12. Yeah, I was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you go from there to high school or do you continue to catch cases?
Nah, I got out, but at that time, I was on probation, so I went to a continuation school. So I went to like a couple continuation schools for maybe like 3-4 months, maybe 3-4 months. No, I say at the max like 6 months. But then at the time, I'm like I'm 13. And then when I'm 13, I end up catching another case. And that's what sent me away. That's what sent me up the river.
Okay, so what is that case for?
Attempted murder.
Okay. And then is that by shooting, stabbing, you beat somebody up?
Yeah, shooting.
And you 13 years old?
13 years old.
So obviously you free now, so you are whatever. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll speak about it openly.
And of course, you can omit all names and communities and all that.
Yeah. So they said I shot somebody, a rival gang member or whatever the case is. At the time, he was 17, about to be 18. I was 13, and they ended up sending me to the California Youth Authority.
Okay.
I got sentenced to Youth Authority at 13. So over the course of me like fighting my case or whatever, I was 13 going to turn 14. So I ended up hitting YA at 14. I got sentenced at 13, but I ended up hitting YA Fred C. Nellis at 14 years old.
And how long was you in there?
I was in there till I was 17 years old.
So you did your pretty much whole high school career.
pretty much.
Now, did you get your GED or high school diploma or anything?
I did. I got my GED at 15 years old.
Okay, so that's definitely a great use of your time.
At 15, because of you had like, one thing about me, I never been a dummy though. You know what I mean? I never been a person who thought like being stupid or skipping school was cool. I always, like I said, I was just naturally like smart, bro. Like, and plus my grandma used to be on me like school was everything, and I used to like going to school, bro. To be honest with you, right. I was fucking with school. Like, you know what I mean? I could have went to the league if I wouldn't went that way, you know.
So let me ask you a question, because we hear a lot of YouTubers talk about going to YA and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have difficulties attending class because now you're seeing your opposing factors in there?
Absolutely.
So what's that like? Are you getting kicked out of class? Are you having to fight in class? Or are you just bypassing all the drama? Like, I see you back in, where we live at.
No, I wish. It was like, to be honest with you, quite honest with you, it was hard for me in YA. A lot of people that's from different hoods, they probably had a little easier at the time. Like, my hood was deep, but it wasn't a lot of rolling 40s just in YA. We were scattered.
Right.
So when I got there, it was a couple of us up there, but we was all different ages, and then we was separated, but the deepest at the time, one of the deepest crip sets, like, the Rolling 30s and the 8-Tray Gangsters and then the Hoovers, at the time. Shit, we was beefing all of them, and that was like the facility that I was in, they was the deepest. Right. So I had it, I had it hard. It was like I was going to school, like, nigga, I had to fight damn near the whole black population, minus my homies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then YA, it's more like a brotherhood, like they call it like their comrades, you know what I'm saying? And like, say for instance, if me and you, we rock together, it's like, nigga, all your enemies is my enemies. Right. So if you don't like him, I don't like. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying.
So now you inheriting your shit and my shit.
Yeah, they call it Raffla. You know what I'm saying up there, but I kind of had a rough in YA. I ain't gonna lie, I had a rough, but that it built me up to be strong, man. YA, you gonna break. Or you gonna come out a warrior? And I came out a warrior for sure though. But like, for the first 6 months I was in YA, I'm going to class every time. We going to Muslim service. I'm fighting. I'm getting rushed.
Hold on. How are you fighting in class and then still continue? Do you fight, get put out of class, or they just let y'all fight and then you just continue? How does this work?
No. So first of all, we going to the hole. We getting sprayed. Whether I win or lose, I'm getting sprayed. I'm going to the hole. You're going to the hole. If you got to fight, sometime if you like, you on different colleges, they call them colleges. Like, that's different units. If you're on a different college, then sometime they're CTQ you, like, basically like, or you ain't going to school for a couple of days, and you ain't sort of like to keep us away from each other, but you gotta go to school because you're a junior. Since you're a juvenile, state law, they have to put you in school. So it's like, nigga, I see you whenever I get out the hole, like, you know what I mean, we gonna get it cracking again, type stuff. So, and you going back to the same class.
So how do you complete this subject, and how do you complete this course if you fighting every time you go to class? All
right, so it's a difference between a high school diploma and a GED.
GED, right?
So in prison, it's like that too. In prison, in any facility, at least in California. So when I was in YA, if you going to school, like if you going into class, that's you trying to obtain your high school diploma. Me personally, I took on self-studies because I did
going for credits.
Yeah, so and I think that was the best thing I could have did because I spent so much time in the hole, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just give me the work.
So you doing your work?
I'm going at my pace.
Okay.
So I'm knocking books out. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking subjects out.
You're doing all the coursework to acquire.
Yeah, like credits. That's why I got my GED.
Fast track that shit.
15 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they still ain't got their shit, but I got mine at 15.
I finessed high school the same way. I put myself in continuation school, knocked out the credits, and boom, I got my certificate of completion. Yeah. Go back, get your diploma, and all the same shit. No, I get
absolutely.
Because
I got my diploma as well, though. But go ahead.
That's dope. No, but that's the part that I wanted to get at. Do you transfer that into a diploma?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's hard.
Absolutely. So I had got my GED, but by the time I got out, I had so many credits, and I don't know how it is, if it's the same way how I was when I was in there, but when you was in jail, you got more credits.
Yeah, like continuation school.
Yeah, it's like continuation school. For some reason, I don't know how you got more credits. So on my diploma,
for every semester, they give you every quarter credits.
Yeah. So as far as my diploma credits, they was to the roof. So by the time I ended up paroling, it's like you only need a couple more classes. I get my diploma.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting my GED and My high school diploma.
So basically, on a YA educational level, you go to class, take a fade, we in the hole, and in the hole is where I'm actually going to school at.
Sometimes it's not even me taking a fade, it's me getting packed out. But yeah.
Or just, I'm going to get into an altercation, however, and then in the hole is where I'm going to actually do my classwork and do my coursework. That's actually where I'm at school at. And then I'm going to knock this out because when I get out this motherfucker, I'm coming right back to this motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you so bored, as a kid, you so bored in the hole, you ain't got nothing. So it's like, that's what I really started getting my mind like in reading, like falling in love with reading. You know what I mean? Like in that, cause you ain't got nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be like, I only like black novels, I only like black authors, books. When you get up in there, you start reading them too. It ain't enough.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hella
so now,
James Patterson's.
Yeah. So now when a librarian come through in a court, it's like, no, I don't want that because the page turn. I don't want that. I want the big ones. You know what I mean? I want the Stephen Kings and the John Gruesome and James Patterson. I'm like, all right, let me live you because it's a lot of pages that'll last you. You know what I'm saying? Because they only come by. The librarians only come by like once a week. That's it, and you get 2 books.
So you do. Damn, that's it.
2 books per week.
Oh yeah, so you got to pick the best ones. Yeah, for sure. So boom, you in there, 17 hits. Do you get out on time served? Do they find you not guilty? How do you come off this attempt?
So it's different now, but back when I was a juvenile, you just got whatever the judge gave you.
Okay.
So I could have got out earlier, but I didn't because I didn't max it out because of all the write-ups in the fights. You know what I'm saying? In the physical altercation. Because
you niggas turned school into an MMA match.
Yeah, you know, so I was maxed out, so I didn't have no more confinement time. So they had to let me go. They had to let me go. So they was trying to give me an M number, which is juvenile life at first.
Right.
But the person ended up surviving, and then my case was self-defense. You know what I mean? Because he was older than me, or whatever the case was. So that turned me from not having an M number to just a regular number. You know what I'm saying? So that's what saved me anyway. So they couldn't hold me till I was 25. They only could hold me. They only had jurisdiction on me till I was 21. That saved me as well too, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So boom, you 17. You back on the streets. At what age do you go back to jail?
Shit, 17.
Okay, so you couple months out and then you right back in there.
I was out like maybe like cause I got out like when I was a fresh 17. I say like 6-7 months. 6-7 months in. I went back to jail for a blower.
So you just got that bitch on you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So what made the police stop you? They just recognize you as being in the community, you driving? Like what leads to them realizing you got blick on you?
Truancy. Remember that back in the day? You
got caught by the truancy cop, bro? You the first nigga in life I've ever known that got caught by this nigga.
But nah, they was different, man.
They jumped out on you?
Man, what was the Bryce and them, all of them? They used to be up at Crenshaw, man. They used to be on me, man. They ain't knew it. Like, what you doing out of school for? They used to, back then, they used to drive around the whole perimeter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we all start running. Nigga throw the blower and all that. They end up getting it anyway, but they said they see me throw it or whatever. So that's how they got me. But they was up on us because of truancy. Like, damn. We was young. Like,
where was y'all hanging out at?
9th Ave and what was that? 9th Ave.
So just 48? Outside. Yeah, just outside. Yeah. Clearly not in school.
Nah, trying to walk back to the hood.
Right. Yeah. So, all right, so boom. Now, do you go to the county or do you still do kiddie time?
Nah, I go back to juvenile hall because I'm still under the age, you know what I'm saying? Okay. 18. Not only that, is like I'm still awarded a juvenile. So once I did that, they ended up sending me back to the Y and gave me a year. And that was my last time. That was my last time that I ended up going to YA. And I got out, of course, 18 years old.
Okay. So 18 years old, how long do you stay free before you catch another case?
Bro, I was catching bullshit cases like the whole time. Like, it's like, I caught a couple assault cases. Like, I think I was like 18. I ended up catching another robbery, bro. Like an armed robbery. And that's what sent me to the pen.
Okay.
That's what sent me to the pen. I got sentenced at 18 and ended up hitting the pen at 19. So once I started going to jail, it was hard for me to shake it. I couldn't shake that shit for nothing in the world.
It's like having it's like you could. I don't want to call it. Well, no, I call it what it is. It's like having a spirit on you. You can feel the weight on you. You
That's
feel
a
me?
fact. That's
And
a fact.
you just go continuously, and it's just.
That's a
and
fact.
you go until finally they keep your ass.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I ended up going to prison. I got sentenced at 18. I ended up hitting up there in 19. And they gave me 3 years, 85%. But that
Where did they send you to prison? Where did you go?
My reception I went to was Tehachapi. I got to prison. My first time in prison was 05. I got to Tehachapi reception, and then I ended up going to Centinela.
Okay.
And I did all my time in Centinela that time. Centinela and Ironwood. I was in Ironwood for maybe a year, and then I went to Centinela. So
killing your ass in the summer out there.
yeah, hell yeah, that shit dumb high. It's like 110, 115 on average.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So you in there, because I want to move on past this, but as your first prison experience, what was that like? What would be the absolute worst thing that you've seen? And what would be I don't want to say the best, but the most positive thing you experienced in there? Because there is light at the end of every tunnel.
Yeah. I'll say the worst thing that I've seen in there is when we were it was a riot, and it was maybe it was 30 of us, 30 blacks, and it was maybe 100 something Mexicans. That was the worst thing I seen, and I feel like I'm not gonna say I seen, because it's for us to be that short. We did our thing, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's the worst thing I seen. And besides somebody actually getting unalived on the yard,
right?
But that was I was a part of that, so I had to put that at the top. And then I feel like the best thing I seen in there is where one of my worst enemies, I'm gonna just say his name, one of my worst enemies, 007 from Trouble. We grew up together too, Ronnie. We didn't like each other for a long time, and during that actual riot, that same riot, I looked to my right, and he right there. He I got you, bro. You ain't by yourself. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. He no, I got you, bro. You ain't by yourself.
But it's crazy how the person who you may have tried to take your life, or you might have vice versa on the street, is the person who is now y'all are saving each other's lives. The irony of the situation.
That's a fact.
That's an incredible testament.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So we could tap on the jail questions all day. That is what it is. Mm-hmm. I do have one question. How the fuck you end up locked up in Arizona? What the fuck was you doing out in Arizona?
So I was never in Arizona, but this how the story goes. So
okay.
I ended up going to jail for 2011. I ended up going to jail for a shooting, a couple attempted murders and stuff like that or whatever. Long story short, I ended up getting sentenced to prison time in California. At the time, California was overpopulated.
So they stole your ass to Arizona.
So what California was doing, they was sending us out of states, different states. I was in Tallahatchie, Mississippi, Siri, Oklahoma.
Were you in there with their inmates, or was it just California?
No, it was just California. So what they do, they got CCAs out there.
Got you.
Private prisons. So they just send you out there, and they be all California.
So y'all just out in Mississippi politicking.
Yeah, I'm in Tornado Alley in Siri, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying, like that. But my last prison I went to out of state, it was an Eloy, and while we was out there, I ended up catching an in-house case of attempted murder on an inmate. So by me catching an attempted murder on an inmate, they tried me in Arizona
because that's where.
So I didn't get attempted murder out there. So I got 8 years with 85% out there. So they gave me an additional 8 years with 85%. So when I was done my California time, Arizona extradited me out there, and that's how I ended up
money out there. So
correct.
Yeah.
I owed them 8 years with 85% out there. So when I did my time out there, I ended up paroling out there. But when I paroled out there, it's like, nigga, I'm not from out here. I don't know not one street. I mean, I'm gone.
Right.
I went home. And that's when I was introduced to the, you know what I'm saying?
And that's when all the little shit.
Yeah, to the internet world and all that. And then, they caught up. It finally caught up with me. I got pulled over.
Right.
Tinted windows. They're like, oh, hold on, you got to warn off
your
your
arrest.
that
one nigga.
extradited me out there in Arizona. Like, nah, we not gonna let you go this time. You gonna do all your parole. We gonna get ours right now.
Because your ass is not coming back.
Yeah, so they knew. So they made me do the rest of my little parole, which is 11 months. So I basically did 11 months for absconding.
Got it. Okay. So speaking of this introduction to the internet world, you came into the internet world on fire. You feel me? You come in with the introduction of y'all being at No Jumper, wanting to have the conversation with Brick Baby.
Correct.
To where now you having, let's call it a kerfuffle. Shout out to T.I. for giving me that word, with DC Baby Draco. And I don't even want to say it's a beef, because it's not a beef. Y'all not wishing harm or death upon each other. It's a kerfuffle. It's a minor, I don't even want to call it a misunderstanding. What would you call it?
No, it's definitely not a misunderstanding. I would say, if I had to use a word, I would say a difference in views. Difference in views.
For those of you guys who are not aware, DC Baby Draco does hood vlogs. Guys can check out what he has going on. The argument has been made from you that these hood vlogs are a detriment to the South Central community.
Correct.
And they're continuously keeping up dramas and controversies between rival fraternities. What leads you to push on that point?
It's just the nature, and it's just the nature of the content, and to be clear, like, I don't agree with nobody who do that. So it's just not even just him. I wouldn't just singling Buddy out. It just so happened, he just was one of the ones who did it. Like, what I'm saying, like I said before, like I said it on my post, like, had I been out, he wouldn't have been allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying, over there anyway. And like I said, I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? I even respect the whatever you want to call, like he doing. He can call himself a hood journalist or whatever the case is. I respect all that, but the time and the place I'm at in my life, I don't respect the content, and I don't respect the movement that has my community going in. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's taken away from the rich resources and the good work that the people of that community over there is putting in. So that's why I said that. Besides that, if he was over there, promoting, not even promoting my agenda, just highlighting the things that we have good going on over there, I wouldn't even have a problem with it. But you can't come over here and just highlight the bad and the negative, and then on top of that, you go to another community, opposing community, and give them a platform to speak down on the people that I love and I care about. You know what I'm saying? So that be the stuff that I don't deal with. And that's anybody who doing any of that content. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not with the generational curse thing anymore, or promoting further or benefiting from the genocide of my people.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question would be, because I've been watching the situation unfold online.
Yeah.
The multiple arguments being made from other YouTubers are, why hasn't anyone said anything to Adam 22 about it? And they're going with the card is going to be, oh, well, why not say something to the white man? But you could press somebody that looks like you. Correct. What's your response to that?
I mean, to be honest, for the naked eye and the person who's uneducated or not properly informed, I mean, that'd be a fair statement. But if you follow or just listen to the message, I say it all the time. I don't condone what Adam does. I mean, when he on messy stuff and stuff like that, I don't condone none of that. It don't matter who platform it is. But again, like I say, I don't hold Adam to the same expectations in that I would do a black man.
Why is that?
Because I feel like he's supposed to do that. It's always going to be about business with him, and that's any Vlad, whoever, so on and so forth. I hold my brothers and our sisters more responsible, and I hold them to a higher expectations, because we know what we've been going through.
So is it like you hold a person who looks like you to a higher level of respect and a higher level of regard, but with that respect and with that regard comes the responsibility of conducting yourself on a higher frequency as far as you're concerned?
Absolutely. When you put out there that I should check a person of another race, or specifically a white man, before we check ourselves.
Then let's call a spade a spade. It's only one white man in our space. They talking about Adam. There ain't no white men in our space. I
mean, they say Vlad. They say other couple other people. You know what I mean? Cam, or just so on and so
I
forth.
don't think Cam Capone is white.
Nah, but I'm just saying, just of those, it doesn't matter who he is, but they're gonna say that if he's not black, then why we not addressing that issue instead of taking away from the message, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, to a person who's not properly informed, I mean, that's a fair statement. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm always going to hold myself accountable. I'm always going to hold myself to a higher expectation than I do somebody else, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't be able to film this content if we wasn't doing whatever we was doing, involved in whatever we were involved in, this black on black crime, you know what I'm saying, the generational curse, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. So I'm always hold us accountable first. We got to get right. We got to get right first. We got to clean up our backyard before we get to start saying that, because it's going to be the same narrative. It's going to be the same question. It's going to be the same answer. What you mean Black Lives Matter? Y'all kill each other every day. What why I can't say nigga? You say nigga. Why I can't use the N-word? You say it. Why I can't do this? Why can't you do this? And I'm just tired of the same narrative, bro. Like, at some point in time, like, we do have to start holding each other accountable. Like, ask that question. When are we going to hold each other accountable?
So when it comes to DC Baby Draco, it's nothing towards him specifically, but you just happen to be a black man in this space, and the white men have already done things that you already don't agree with. Okay, we passed that. But now that you have somebody who looks like you, it's like, okay, well, when are we going to clean up what's within our own household before checking another one's, is pretty much what I'm getting out of this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah, first of all, I don't even know the brother to have a problem with him like that.
Yeah, well, I think it's all based off the style of content being created.
Yeah. 80% of it is, and it's just like you just ran into a conscious person that care about his community. He could have been anybody. Right. It was just you. You could have just been anybody. Like, and when the homie Asmo, you know what I mean, Moneybag said what he said. It's like,
I wanted to get into that too.
Yeah. You know, I second-handed it because it's like,
for those of y'all who don't know, do you mind telling the world what Rosemo said, or Asmo said? Excuse me, now you got me saying it. Rest in peace, Rosemo.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Asmo.
Buddy. Yeah, he basically said, like, the content that DC Baby Draco is putting out and the narratives he created, and not only that, by him being an antagonist and instigating a lot of these situations and going over here and giving certain dudes platforms to disrespect the dead, disrespect, you know what I'm saying, each other like that, and then turn around and going across the street or around a corner, and doing the same thing. You basically lighting a fire that you're not going to be there to put out.
And without saying too much, there have been some negative consequences in certain communities as a result of these DC Baby Draco videos. I'm not blaming it on him specifically, but it has been some things in certain communities where he's leaving and the guys are coming in on the other side. It's a lot of moving parts about this. But considering that Los Angeles has already a lot of existing moving parts, yeah, I can understand your principality of not wanting to add more moving parts.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, and another thing that he was saying is, like, you know, it's a lot of community activists that's out here. A lot of the OGs around in these neighborhoods, they want peace, and they didn't put their life on the front line. So they started, you know what I'm saying, ceasefires, and they got, like I said, ceasefires and peace treaties going on around LA that you're starting to, you know what I'm saying, people don't want them ceasefires, you know what I'm saying, and the peace treaties to go away because of what you're putting out. Right. These kids don't know no better. These kids is 18, 19 years. I mean, to be fair, some grown dudes up in here, but a lot of these dudes is kids. They kids. They chasing clout, and you know what I'm saying, they want to be seen, but they not knowing they can never unlive those moments.
But when it comes down to, like you said, just the different people talking about it, how do you feel about people in the content space? Like, you have a Compton Rick Rock who co-signed what DC Baby Draco is doing.
Man, Compton Rick Rock's a clown. It's straight up, bro. That's just, he lost. That's the same dude that threw his blue rag in the trash and picked it up. To me, he worried about the wrong thing. A lot of it, and he's an older Crip. He's an older Keyway homie that I would have thought that would have been for the peace, that would have been stood by, you know what I'm saying, his comrades and his fellow Keyways. Instead of that, you go run and say little slick stuff about me and Asmo. For what reason? You know what I'm saying? For a whole nother affiliate, you know what I'm saying, that's not even from out here, bro. Like, instead of like promoting and welcoming the piece, you talking about, oh, he gotta make a living or anything, like you should worry about getting money. Like, nigga, we getting money. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then it was like that. It's like, or you choosing morals and you choosing morals and principles or money. It seemed like, you know what I'm saying, he choosing money.
Right.
Money don't motivate everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I'm feeding this homeless, like, I don't be asking people to do. I do all that out of my pocket. You get what I'm saying? I don't got a lot of sponsorship, but back to school clothes and turkey drive, this is what we doing over here. This all coming out of our pockets. So you telling me you can make all this money off and snatch all these resources out of our community, but you're not gonna give nothing back? And not only that, you're not even gonna highlight what we doing over here. Or the only thing you're gonna highlight is a couple kids saying F this and F that. That's not right. I don't even know how Compton Rick Rock even secondhand or felt a certain type of way that we didn't want him in our community. I just didn't understand that. And then to bring money in the equation, it's like, well, bro, like that's what move you?
Well, I know that Compton Rick Rock and DC Baby Draco have pre-existing business. They've, done the
That's
YouTube thing together. So I'm sure that they have some other things in the works. But this brings me to my next question. I've seen this, a few different times in our YouTube space where it's you not feeling what DC Baby Draco has going on, other people not feeling what like Flacco got going on and things like that. Yeah. But there will always be the same person or the same group of people who will be like, well, nah, I'm cool with him. I'm good with him. Do you think that is it's indigenous of everything going on everywhere? But in our situation, I think that it more so comes with people being more so opportunists. Well, let me stand by him for protection or help or validation. That way, if it goes well or it blows up, I'll be able to benefit in my own selfish reasons. What do you think?
Absolutely. This whole YouTube stuff and this content creator, it's all tricky. But I try to stay away from that. My whole thing is I don't like the fact that people take away from the message, bro. That's my problem with Compton Rick Rock. It's like, you taking away from the message. You older than me. And not only that, like, it's rules and protocols. Like, you shouldn't even, like, if we was saying something wrong, if I was saying something wrong, like, then I can understand that. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, like I say, united we stand, divided we fall. But you got people that's out here pushing peace, bro. Like, what part of pushing peace do you don't want? Like, what part of speak that? Like, talk about that. What part of the we pushing peace don't you like? Or I'm trying to clean up my community, don't you like? I'm not a person just sit behind a mic, or I don't just sit and make YouTube videos, bro. I'm actively in my community. I'm well respected in my community. I'm welcome in my community. I can go to I'm in my hood every day, bro. You see what I'm saying? So that be where it be disheartening for me, and it hurt me, like, it hurt me bad, because it's like bro, like, you taking away from the whole message. I didn't disrespect this brother one time. I just say, you not welcome in my community no more. The gig is up. Don't come over here no more, brother. I didn't say don't go make a living on nothing. You can't do this. You can't create content. I just say you can't do it over here. But the message get lost in that. The first thing, you know what? I'm gonna just say this too. I'm gonna say this as well, because a lot of people say they not with peace. They try to call us, oh, same thing with the weird nigga braids. Oh, ain't no peace in LA. Ain't gonna be no peace in LA. How ain't no peace? It's more people that want peace than you know it. So all these people out here that say, oh, I'm not with the peace. I'm not doing this. I wanted the next person who get killed, whoever, God forbid, it'll be nobody get killed. But all these people that's talking about they preach the hate and they don't want no peace. I hope that be one of y'all little brothers. So y'all I feel. I hope that be one of y'all fathers or y'all cousins that's laying out there and they filming them and he going viral for dying. The same way Baby U was on camera getting filmed like that.
God
and people,
yeah,
man, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Jabari. That's my kid.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day,
and free all the guys.
Yeah, free all the guys. But everybody that's saying that they don't want a peace, I want them to feel how it feel to bury one of their homies or bury one of their little brothers. or to bury their cousin, or to bury their best friend. Because you can't sit up here and tell me you want your homies to die.
Right. Well, this is what my thought process was towards the hood vlogs. I'm not mad at anyone who takes your position of not wanting that as a part of their community, because I can understand the negative constructs behind it, whether it be invested police activity or invested activity from the other side. It just, nothing really good can really come with that type of dialogue in a public platform. On the opposite end, for using the Compton Rick Rock, for example, I said this multiple times on my channel, take that nigga to your hood.
Come on, man.
It's a simple, if you feel like that is appropriate, I'm not saying you're right, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
If you support it, go support it. And, there's that. I don't think that there is a right or a wrong answer, but I do feel like everybody is welcome to their position to stand on. And in your aspect where you're trying to push a certain type of image for your community, I could definitely see why you see that could be counterproductive.
Yeah, I don't agree with it at all. But like I said, I was there one point in time in my life. Like, so I know the fire that these young brothers have in their heart. Yeah. I know the hate that they're being taught.
It's a lot of emotion behind it.
Correct.
It's a lot of trauma behind it.
And I get it. And I'm not mad at the people that's active. I'm not mad at the people that's doing this. Like, I'm not mad at none of them. Like, everybody's still my brother. But at the end of the day, it's like, I've been there before, bro. I've been at my worst. I know what it's like, bro, to be on both sides of the spectrum. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, man, a lot of these kids, bro, this not what they want, homie. So, but the internet, you know what I'm saying? It's like a facade. Like everybody want to seem like they the hardest, bro. And the hardest niggas is not here no more, bro. They dead or in jail, and I'm cool on that. I've been in jail damn near all my life. It's free as where it's at. Who the fuck want to go do life? This is the same shit that nigga braids. Oh, ain't no peace in LA, man. Shut up, nigga. You in there peace treating right now. You not on the tier talking about fuck Hoover or nigga F Broadway. So how you talking about, oh, my niggas, we ain't on peace? How you not on peace? You got a whole phone in the, like, bro, what are you talking about? That mean you're a programmer. You're not in the shoe. You're doing a whole YouTube channel. You in there nice. Tell me where there any lies told. If you was in there turned up, if you wasn't no peace, if you didn't have no peace in your heart, you would be on the tier right now, getting cracking on some of your enemies right now. You would be in a hole. But instead of telling these kids, don't come to jail to do life like me, you don't want this. What you study around, oh, there ain't no peace. Y'all go tear that up. You's a miserable nigga. You know why? Because you want your same little homies to come be on the yard with you because you know you ain't never getting out. I see it. I've been in cells with niggas like that. I've been on the yard when you're miserable. Then the nigga talking about, oh, I made $5,000-$6,000. Man, that ain't no money to a nigga on the streets. That's your biggest attribute. You go to jail and then that's your biggest accomplishment. You go to jail just to make some money. You have to go to jail to start getting money. Like, that shit not cool, bro. But again, I respect other people's opinions, but tell me where it makes sense at though, Trapper. Tell me where it makes sense.
No, I'm sparking my blood on that one.
Tell me was any lie told. This.
I've never been to the penitentiary and I don't intend on going because that never made sense to me.
Tell me when a nigga tell me when Brady said there is no peace, we're not no peace. How was not no peace when the different lanes, they don't beef with the Raymond Crips no more. They don't beef with the neighborhood Crips no more. They start to beef with the Inglewood families. They start to beef with the Swamp. Like, I'm lost. How ain't no peace?
Well, I would imagine Braids would be on a level 4.
Yeah.
So I would imagine at that point it's more so about the color of your skin versus the color of your bandana.
No.
I've never been a pen.
No. Listen. That's true and it's not true. But what you're putting into the world, what you're portraying to the world is you own that.
Okay.
That's what you telling me. Oh, that's what you telling me. Me and the homie money back. Ain't no peace in LA. That's what he said. Ain't no peace in LA. Ain't nobody on that. We own this. So if you own that, why you not in the hole?
Go beyond that.
Why you talking to us? Why you talking to us? Why you not in the hole? Why you not going out getting cracking? Because you know you can't. Go run on that tier talking about, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Go take that Figueroa Rider shit. Go do that. Go do that on the tier. Shout out to my nigga Lanes from Lanes. I fuck with the Lanes. I got family from over there. This is a fact. But I'm just saying you can't.
It doesn't seem like you're disrespecting the Lanes. It sounds like you're disrespecting Brazy.
At all. I'm not even disrespecting him. I'm not even disrespecting him, man. Shout out to him, man. Free him. Free him. I'm not even disrespecting. I ain't got no. I don't know him to even have a problem with him. My whole thing is stop lying to the people, bro, because you're lying. You're lying to the youth. You're making it seem like your homies, like to your little homies, oh, we not on peace, but you on peace.
So let me ask this question, because let's be 100. The majority of people watching YouTube have never been to the penitentiary, let alone the county jail. You feel me? So when it comes to the penitentiary, what is the protocol to be, because, I know LA County Jail is active, it's blah, 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 but I've only heard stories about how when you get to the pen, that's no longer the program, and now you black and you gotta, you go with your card, but overall, it's not day to day, I need a fade, where you from, I need a fade.
Yeah.
Is that more so true of a 4-yard, or how would you speak on that experience?
I would say that'd be true to a certain extent. You got some dudes that's on that. We black, but nigga, we own that. All that. You come to the yard, you got bullshit on your body, or you got them extra out ass names, and you got eye busters and tech. They own that, and that black shit don't mean nothing. They own that. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, they own it. Ain't nobody can stop them. You know what I mean? But it's for the majority. It's like, we black and or whatever the case is. We go with our separate cards. But again, you got niggas that's own that up there, bro.
So you saying basically, and it's not a shot at Braves, but you saying, but if you own that, go own that and get off YouTube talking about what I got going on in the free world.
I'm saying stop lying to the people. If you said there ain't no peace, why you in there peace treating them?
All right, so that's that. Let me ask you another question. When you look at this situation that we have going on YouTube, you got hood vlogs, you have these podcasts projecting these images, you have, all these negative stereotypes of what's going on in LA culture.
Yeah.
What direction would you like to see this going to ideally? But then we all got our ideas. Realistically, what would you like to just hope to happen at a bare minimum? Because we got our ideas, but the bare minimum is typically what we get when it comes to gang.
Just me growing up in the streets at the bare minimum, I'll just say stop incriminating ourselves, man.
Yeah, for sure.
If I had to choose one, that even my stop
putting your crimes on camera.
I'm not even cool with the hood. Like we showing our blocks and we doing this and we doing that, and then you giving the DEA and the FBI and the CIA, you know what I'm saying, the whole RICO case. That's my main way.
It's a walking Google Maps store.
Come on, y'all gonna gang bang. Everybody ain't gotta be on peace. I'm not trying to make everybody peaceful and be on peace. Y'all wanna die and crash, so go ahead. Y'all wanna go spend the rest of your life in jail, go ahead. I like living. I like being free. Everybody ain't gotta have but I'm cool. That's why I said, like everybody ain't gotta have my opinion. I'm cool with that. I can agree to disagree with another man. So if you want to go do that, go do that. Y'all niggas want to gang bang, go gang bang. Keep it off the internet, just go gang bang. But my whole thing is why y'all incriminating yourself? Y'all wonder why y'all end up with RICO cases.
Well, that's always my thing when it comes to, especially in this climate, you have to assume that everything will lead you into a federal RICO.
That's a fact.
Because we're watching everything lead. I'm not going to say too many names, but growing up in South Central, we know this hood is famous for doing this. This hood famous for doing that. They do that over here. They do this over here. We know who flocking. We know who pimping. We know who's stealing cars. Yeah. And we're now watching all these niggas we knew growing up doing it. RICO. The flockers is gone. The pimps is gone. You feel me? The killers is gone. Nigga, they just hit the essays in San Pedro. The carjackers is gone. That's what we've already known as our culture. And that was a norm to us. So now we're watching it with these hood vlogs. I would just advise everybody to be extremely careful, because what does everybody say in their RICO? Yeah, they was watching me for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Yeah. You getting away with it now in your mind. They probably watching what you got going on, big dog. Yeah. So I could definitely understand that. To wrap it up, I want to end it on a positive note. You have a lot of things positive going on in the community. You have turkey drives, the father-daughter dance. You feel me? What inspires a father-daughter dance?
I'm a father of 4.
And when is it? I'm sorry, when is it and where is it? If you want to, you mind telling us?
So I'm a father of 4, 2 boys, 2 girls. Both of my girls is teenagers. That's right. I never experienced it. Like I said, a lot of people, everybody know my story. I did majority of my life, in and out the system. A lot of time on the streets, but a lot of time inside it as well. But I never had that experience. And when I started investigating and when I started just asking around, doing my due diligence or whatever, it's a lot of people that look like me and you that have the same story, that never had just a simple dance, something as simple as that, as dance with their daughter. And, you know, in most instances, in our cases, you know, we only get two opportunities to give away to have those dances with our daughters, either at the father-daughter dance or when we giving them away in marriage.
Yeah.
A lot of our daughters don't never get married. A lot of black women do get married, but we just simply not there. Yeah. Especially street dudes. Either we dead or we in jail. So I took it upon myself, you know, and a couple of my sponsors as well. It was my idea, but I got sponsors right now though, to just bring the community together. You know what I'm saying? So we could us brothers, you know what I'm saying, us people, you man, come together as a community so we can experience this, bro. This is an experience of a lifetime, bro. A lot of it, like I said, you got people that's 40-something years old, 50-something years that never had a dance with their daughter. Unfortunately, it's not offered in the inner city that I come from. It's offered in the good neighborhoods. They have them all the time. Yeah, they have them too. It's just not offered where I'm at. So like I said, I took it upon myself to put it together. It's December the 13th. We had the location or whatever, but it's gonna be December the 13th. The general admission is $100, and then if you want more stuff, it's different prices, but it's definitely well worth it. It's definitely well worth it, man. If you want to get the experience of a lifetime, man, come down and support.
And I think a night with your daughter is worth $100.
Come on, bro.
And taking her to dinner costs more than that.
Come on, bro. Yeah. It was people saying that. It was people saying something about the prices. I'm like, man, clearly y'all don't know how much a ballroom in a hotel costs. Clearly, and I'm doing it. And besides my minus
past that, you ain't never took your daughter to Cheesecake Factory. You gonna spend more than $100 on a date with you and your daughter. Yeah, that's,
come on, y'all buying eggs all day, cookies. Come on, what are you talking about? My haircut costs $60. Like, what are you talking about, bro? These $100. Doing spending at the mall, but you know what? I was also offended. But people were saying like, "Oh, you not who is he? Some trolls. Like he must not be trying to reach the demographic that he's saying. Like, first of all, I'm offended because y'all making it seem like our people don't have money. Right. Let's start there.
Right.
Let's stop making it seem like we all welfare cases and we all don't. Nah, our people rich. Our people got money. Our people got
EBT recipients are white people.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, stop doing my people like that. We got to stop looking at ourselves as less than.
And then I would say, I would say we have to stop giving so much credence into the trolls because you doing something positive for your community. I'm sure that's somebody in nowhere, Wisconsin, in a mama basement who probably don't look like me or you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that they funny and all that kind of stuff. Like that's how I go. That's why I say like our people always trying to take away from the message. Yeah. The message. You worried about the tickets instead of highlighting what I'm about to give to 100 different men. The opportunity of a lifetime that they're going to remember for life. Their daughter's going to remember for life. Yeah. The same thing when my message came up. Oh, how you going to ban DC baby? What about the message? What about these little kids that I'm trying to save? What about these little kids that's looking up to y'all? That's seeing these, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm out here trying to get these kids a fighting chance at life, and y'all mad at me. Y'all not doing it though. I'm out here feeding, bro, Rich Trapper. I'm out here feeding the homeless out of my pocket, bro. I'm out here giving kids school supplies, school shoes. That's the part that people don't know that you do, because all the time I've heard a few people say, "Well, he talked peace, but he seemed like he still be on tripping. He be tripping on niggas, but I ain't never really seen him do too much in the community." So that's the thing about you that people, well, you can't see it because you don't broadcast it. You don't put that on social media. That's not, you more so catch me in the field doing it, not necessarily doing it for the camera. Absolutely. Unfortunately, it doesn't take away from what you're doing it, but the world probably is going to want to see that.
Yeah, I don't care. Like I don't really care about that because the community and everybody know. But I would say, my biggest thing is like if I'm on peace, you said, oh, I don't really see it. Is he still tripping? Just ask, bro. Just ask how many lives. Like, F what they talking about. Ask me how many lives I've saved, bro. Ask me how many lives I've changed. If you change a life, you save a life. You know how many times I stop people from sliding. So in y'all should be thanking me. That could have been your little cousin or your little brother that I saved. You know how many kids that I didn't let get put on? You know how many times people from oppositions, hey, Spoety, hey, one of my homies over there, man, they got cost. Bro, where they at? I got them. To my homie, hey, look, fall back. Hey, come on. You good, bro. Like literally like saving lives. So all the stuff that they talking he piecing, we don't see it, bro. You ain't gotta do it. I'm a gang active, I'm community. I'm in my section all the time, bro. Just ask. Ask everybody that's really out here in LA, they know, bro. You know
so
what I'm
the
saying?
irony is you gotta catch me in my community to catch me doing community activism. I'm not on the internet. I'm actually in my community putting in the footwork. Yeah, that is the oxymoron of the situation. You feel me? But at the same time, that's just the world we live in. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. Nor am I bothered by it. You know what I'm saying? So to each his own.
So with that all being said, man, is there anything else you want to drop on us before we get up out of here?
Absolutely, man. Go check out my YouTube page, man. I got started a YouTube page, man. Spoety Face TV. Just go and check this. It's got like a couple videos up right now. I'm gonna start bringing fire content. Start doing my own content as well. If you looking for some content and some woke content. Also, man, comedy, man. Comedy is my thing as well. I'm beginning into that in the skits.
Nigga, are you funny?
I am, bro. I really am.
Everybody
think I be
serious, because you serious as hell all the time, bro. Are you funny?
Listen, I really am. And we got fire music coming. I got fire music coming. I got a cipher that I'm putting together right now. It's gonna break the internet, bro. It's fire. You know what I'm saying?
That we would like to see some comedy coming from you. That'd be different because that'll take niggas out of what they expect from you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's strictly business with me, but absolutely though.
Even your comedy serious.
Yeah. It's strictly business. No, but listen, though, it's definitely another side of me, man. And it's like I said, man, I do music, man, I do comedy. So a lot of that it's on the way, man. Go support, man. And like I said, if you're interested, man, in donating or even purchasing a ticket to the father-daughter dance, man, my Cash App, or DM me, you know what I'm saying? Spoety Face #1, that's my Cash App. And then SPOETYFACE _. I'm on all platforms, man. Holla at me, man. Come bring your daughter. If you don't feel like your daughter worth $100, something crazy, man, come out. It's gonna be it's not just a rolling 40 event. It's gonna be Crips, Bloods, Parus, Hoovers, Gangsters, everybody welcome.
Everybody with a daughter.
It's a family affair, bro. You know, come out and get the experience of a lifetime, man. Don't miss out on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's yes. OTB, man.
All right, man. We up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal. It's red dots to the left. Spoety Face, I appreciate you for coming through, my brother.
I appreciate you having me,
man.
Bro.
For sure. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's Free Avenue Angel until he's free.
Man, free the homie.
We gone.